Welcome, boys and girls, to another installment of We the Boys. Right in the middle of the screen, although you can't see him just yet, you'll be hearing him shortly. He is no yes man. He is the checkmate man. He is my consigliere. He is Alan the nerd. And right now, right in the middle of your screen, hammering on your eardrums, it is me, the Godfather himself, Don Anthony. Alan, what do you have to say?
Anthony, I tried my best, to bring the voice in my heart today to request to our listeners to acknowledge us. But I think one thing that can only be acknowledged is the whole of China and India is in tears. Tell them why, Anthony.
Well, that leads us right into the topic of the day, WWE releases. I must say, Alan, this one, I'm really gutted by it for two reasons. One, um, I really liked Jinder Mahal. I really liked Indusha. In fact, I think their entrance team is really good. In fact, I always listen to Jinder Mahal's old theme and new theme, and also Indusha's theme whenever I'm hitting the gym. They are really good. And I think as wrestlers, they're really good. And I think they had the whole package. In fact, when Jinder Mahal was made WWE champion and the whole world were clowning him, I was so proud because that guy is championship material, you know. And we also spoke on our opinions on who were to win the titles, the women's Raw titles. And in fact, I threw out the name Zaya Lee because I thought she's a fantastic champion. Lo and behold, before the Battle Royal even comes into play this week, she gets released by WWE. Do you think this is a big miss or is it a nonchalant news for you? What do you say?
Cashin, it's definitely a big miss if when you take into consideration that WWE has recently went through the biggest WrestleMania of all time. So I would say the release in April, we dub it as the April release, is very uncalled for. And also you have to see the timing is impeccable, and I wouldn't say impeccable, I would say insensitive, because recently UFC has held their 300 event, UFC 300. And in order to promote the match or the women's match between two competitors from China, they had Zaya Lee to promote the match. And 2 days later, she was released. So it's a very insensitive timing if you have to take into consideration. Okay, Anthony, first and foremost, we have the trio from India, Jinder Mahal, okay, Sangha, and Veer Mahan. And continue to the other continent, we have Zaya Lee close to our heart. And then from NXT, we have Zion Queen, formerly known as Daniel Vidot. Okay, and then also from NXT, we have Von Wagner, and finally Cameron Grimes. So a bit of a nitpicking, uh, from the previous year draft, okay, Cameron Grimes was officially drafted to SmackDown, while Von Wagner was drafted officially as a free agent. So it's quite uncalled for. I mean, for all these releases, Cameron Grimes recently appeared in SmackDown, having a match with Braun Breaker.
Mm.
And he released a tearjerker, posting in Instagram. He was crying his heart out. You can see the sincerity and the depression in his eyes. He was saying that he will be coming back stronger than ever. He's going through his own moniker now as Trevor Lee, and he hoped that he will come back stronger than ever to prove to WWE that releasing him was the wrong decision.
I really like how he took it. Yeah, I saw the video too. It's very, very sad because he's such a fantastic performer. Um, Nevertheless, such an actor by WWE has been for the better part lah, been a very good decision. For instance, we had Cody Rhodes. Look at where he is now. He's transcended beyond all expectations of him, and he's in his own universe right now. Look at Drew McIntyre. Did the same thing.
And may I add also the Bronson Reed? Okay, Bronson Reed was originally from NXT, won the North American title. After that, he was released and he find his footing, in New Japan with his old faction, the gangs from the land down under Australia, TMDK, and he beat Kazuchika Okada clean one-on-one in New Japan. Once again found his footing, returned back to WWE. It's a big deal. And in today's episode of Monday Night Raw, he attacked Sami Zayn backstage. So perhaps the saying of that, in order to, make best of the place you are now, you have to leave to find yourself and come back. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. I do. Um, this is a good thing for some of these guys, especially the NXT guys. In fact, Xia Li, because Xia Li, whether you like it or not, um, people are saying that it could be the byproduct of Vince's regime, but the way she was packaged, it was not necessarily good enough for her, lah. Because for me, I feel she is like the level of Asuka. She could have been a level of Asuka, She could be a very dangerous threat. But it's a shame she had like a rooster head thing on her hair going on. I don't know. I was such a fan of Xia Li, and it's very disappointing to see she didn't even have a chance. In fact, she was promoted to be part of the Battle Royal, and she didn't even have the chance to participate in it. I don't understand the logic of these talent cuts.
Bigger picture, Anthony, is always about the bigger picture, because if you see all these backgrounds of Xia Li, she was fast tracked, by virtue of her being hired from the WWE tryouts. So her one and only exposure in the American soil is through WWE. So perhaps we wish her on the bigger picture, once she's released, she can embrace other avenue to improve herself. I'm not to say that she has room for improvement. She's a fantastic performer, but perhaps she can venture on other perspective, of this professional wrestling sports, or perhaps also combat sports, and come back stronger. So Xia Li, we are rooting for you.
There's a gym next door, by the way, and the guys are just like tossing the dumbbells to the walls or the floor. I don't know. It just feels like my entire floor is gonna fall down. Anyway, right. Um, among all of these talent cuts, who do you feel the most sakit hati? The most like, that shouldn't have been you, man. You should have stayed.
Okay, mine is Cameron Grimes, because I mean, by virtue of him, he clawed his way up to WWE, made his way up to NXT, was involved in a compelling storyline with Ted DiBiase and LA Knight, or for the $1 million title. Once again, made himself to the main roster, took the opportunity with the crypto boom and the gimmick, but he was not utilized. So I think it was a shame for Cameron Grimes. How about you,
For
Anthony?
me, it has to be the Maharaja. It has to be Jinder Mahal. I'm a huge fan of Jinder Mahal. I hope some way, somehow, Jinder, you're seeing this video. I know the likelihood of you seeing this or hearing this is very less, but I hope you do. My friend, I'm such a huge fan. I was your fan when you won the title. I was your supporter. In fact, I still remember that night on Smackdown when you came out with your WWE title, the presentation. It was one of the best entrances I've ever seen in the modern era. Utilizing the background, the LED screens on the ground, that was fantastic. You are a full package and you will be missed. I've got a question.
Yes.
Where do you think each of these talents could go to benefit the most?
All the released talents perhaps can improve on other avenues, such as MLW. MLW is doing very well, and perhaps they can utilize and tap their inner potential to make best of the independent scene. We have people
Mm,
like Mustafa Ali, he's flourishing, and if they want to take an excursion, perhaps they can consider Japan, by virtue of a New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the options and choices are unlimited. If they want to tap into the potential.
mm. Yeah, I mean, for the younger guys, when I say younger, I mean the NXT guys. NXT guys should definitely look at Matt Cardona,
Yes.
how he has become the indie taker. This guy
Yes.
is such a big name. You know, also, yeah, also the New Japan scene. That is where they can really hone their craft and really make their name.
But I think people who were not utilized, example Zion Quinn and also this Von Wagner, perhaps those are due to creative differences in which they are not being utilized and the budget cut is necessary. But for those who are an active roster, we are pondering. Have you seen the video by Sangha? While he was working out and he was rationalizing in a very gentleman manner. He was saying that WWE, when you want views, you come to India. When you want sales, you come to India. But when it comes to pushing people of color, you do not even utilize us. Shame on you. So
Yeah,
that was the cold hard truth, to watch that video.
it is very true. That's why I feel it was such a miss. We don't have we don't have proper representation of the other people in the world.
Yes.
And I feel people like Jinder Mahal and Zaya Lee were right there, especially now that WWE is going so global and it's become such a thing where WWE is on everyone's lips. They are playing Cody Rhodes' theme in Disneyland. This is the time.
Yes.
You could have won so many people over. I don't understand the logic of this. I'm
And if
definitely disappointed.
by statistics, after the release of Sangha, Veer, and Jinder Mahal, there is no ethnic Indian wrestler anymore in WWE. For Chinese, Xia Li has been released, so it only left WWE with Wendy Chu and also Dante Chen from NXT. Helming those of the Chinese origin, and I'm
Mm,
not sure if Tensa or Big Bao is still there because those are very very mystic figure, but
mm.
the numbers are on all time low. Anthony, if WWE in 2024 wants to be relevant and show that they are the flagship, flag bearer of this industry, they have to take into consideration of the ethnic diversity that the world has to offer for this beautiful product.
I also hope I know I don't hope I definitely know that we will see the Indusha back. I know we will see most of these guys, I know we will see them back. But for me personally, I would like to see, because for me the headliners in this is definitely Xia Li and Jinder Mahal. I would really like Xia Li to come back as a different character, and I want to see her champion. She deserves it. But more than anything, I would like to see Jinder back someday soon, and I hope he'll be given like the push, the astronomical push that he deserves. Because I
So
hear he's
for,
very well liked
yes.
backstage.
So for once, it breaks my heart for me to say this title. Breaking news: former WWE champion has been released. It's not clickbait, it's fact. Sink,
Yeah.
sink that the thought in. Former WWE champion is being released in 2024. Come on, man. The whole
Uh,
of India is crying.
I know I was genuinely disappointed. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I really liked him.
Yes.
If you can't tell already, I really liked him.
So WWE, let us hope this is the one and only talent release for this year. If you to do any budget cut, or necessary, make it make sense. Doesn't make sense. There was these people are not even being utilized. So you can't push the fault on them. Hey, you're not working hard enough. There's nothing for you. Figure it out, WWE. You've been
Mm.
repackaging Veer and Sangha from time to time. Even Jinder Mahal has a segment with The Rock, and
That's the thing.
it gained a lot of
Oh,
traction, Anthony. That
yeah,
promo with The Rock, they're saying a former WWE champion will make a return.
yeah.
It makes sense.
It's so disappointing, dude. It's so disappointing. Jinder, I hope you come back soon. I know you're definitely going to do some big things in the indie scene or in the other companies that you're going to possibly work with. And I know we're going to see you back in WWE soon, but come back stronger, my friend. Um, do you think that there are going to be any more cuts in the next
Let's
few days, weeks?
Let us hope not, Anthony. Once again, the momentum is there. WWE is performing well. There should be no excuses on budget cut. If anything, you should be spending your money on improving the talent and making sure they're being paid well. They'll be here to stay. Because Finn Balor recently announced that his contract has been renewed and he's not going anywhere. Drew
Yeah,
McIntyre's contract is expiring end of May. So right before Clash at the Castle in his home country, okay, of
correct.
Scotland. So if anything, take this as a lesson. Now the fans are voicing out. Use all your hard-earned money on the talents. Make sure there's a proper talent retention program for them.
Yeah,
Okay. Make sure also perhaps incentivize them. Do not tie them in a non-compete clause. It's very unfortunate, okay? This Jinder Mahal has expressly stated he's tied to a 90 days non-compete clause. And today there's a certain department in the United States. I think it's called the FCT, the FTC, Foreign Trade Commission. They have stated that this 90 days non-compete clause is redundant. We both are law practitioners, Anthony. We know how this non-compete clause is going to affect their livelihood as a performer. So WWE, be the bigger man in this in the picture. Please take care of your talents, the
yeah,
existing ones, and even those who are being released. Make sure they are being compensate properly. Perhaps there's a severance, and there's a roadmap for them to continue the path, even though they're no longer with the company. Once again, people like Zaya Lee, the only exposure she has in America, once again, is through WWE. Try out from China, migrated from China to America just for WWE, and now to be released. Where is she to hold her footing, in this industry? Because for the longest time, this is the only thing she knows what to do. She live and breathe professional wrestling. That was what Cameron Grimes said in his Instagram video. The only thing he knew what to do from day one to now is wrestle. He cannot do anything else. There's no plan B for him. So please, WWE.
yeah. It's definitely a blip in the whole the new regime
Yes.
high. This is definitely a blip. And at the very least, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Anyway, it's sad to end on a somber note, but we remain hopeful that all these names will find their footings and we will see them in a much bigger capacity on our screens at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. I am
Yes.
so tired. I'm running on less than what, 4 hours, 3, 4 hours of sleep. Like last night, I had a photo shoot all the way to like 1 plus a.m., I think. And then this morning, I had to go to court.
High
Oh,
five,
the
Anthony. We were
goal.
in court the whole day today.
Yeah,
Separate
you had a
cases.
trial. Yeah, you had a trial also. All right, I think we can wrap up. That has been my consigliere, Mr. Alan the Nerd. I've been the Don Anthony. Oh, sorry, I've been the Godfather, Don Anthony. I messed up my my what is the name of this
Outro.
thing? My
Outro.
outro. I messed up my outro.
Man, this got some somber atmosphere, Anthony. For us to be ending the recording session back to back with this news on the release. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. We've been your guys, and we've been We the Boys. Anything to say, Alan?
I say this in Chinese for Zayali, OK? Shout out to Zayali，希望你会照顾你自己，我们会等着你到回来，OK？So 谢谢，再见。Acknowledge us。
我不会讲华语。Yes, acknowledge us. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, do something. Please. Thank you.